Hi, this is grains.
Grains is a granular sampler. It takes audio, which is in a buffer, either locally or on your flash card, and splits it up into tiny little grains that sound like that. The X knob allows you to control the density of the grains. If you turn it anti-clockwise, it will randomly spawn grains. Clockwise, it will spawn grains rhythmically. The Y knob sets the size of the grains. And the main knob,
This is grains. Snare,
the position. If you plug in an external control voltage into CV2, you can modulate the position.
This grains. Hi, this is grains. Snare, yeah. Hi, this is grains. Snare,
If you plug in the control voltage into the audio one in,
hi.
you control density. And CV1 controls pitch. The pulse 1 input spawns grains. Currently, we've been listening to a frozen grain buffer. If you flip the switch up, this LED will turn on and your buffer is frozen. If you want to save that frozen buffer to memory, you can hold the switch down and save to one of 4 slots in memory. You can see down here, it means it's saving to flash if you release the button. Now, even after restart, you can just pick this buffer up from flash again. If you are actually unfrozen, else it will save it. You can also load external buffers from your flash card and explore that. If you unfreeze, you go back to live mode. So let's do some live stuff with audio. To keep it simple, just plug in the amplifier and turn the position up to about 0. And you hear nothing really happens because we basically, actually something happens. We're basically just creating a chorus. If we change our position of the tape, so currently our read head is where our write head is. If we change the position slightly, we get a delay. And if we turn it up, we get more delay. And if we want to add feedback, we go to page 3, which is our mix page. We can mix between just purely dry or purely wet, or a mix between. This is also where we can pan our grains randomly. And add feedback. the X knob. This way we create a very conventional delay that we can also change the delay time with the position. But that's not all you can do with it. If we, instead of always reading our head or our tape from one position, read it from different positions using the scatter function, we can create a scattered noise of grains that kind of evolve piece by piece. If we go a little further on the X knob, we'll create pitch shift grains. It's probably best explored by adding a bit of pitch to our grains. So let's put them through a filter here. And we create a granular pitch shifting delay. If we go all the way to the right, some of the grains will play in reverse. Especially noticeable if you have longer grains. This allows you to create some really nice clouds of grains. To change the shape of your grain envelope, you can rotate this knob. This is a hand window, switches to decay, to a square, to a Gauss curve, and then inverted decay knob. Decay. This is probably best noticeable if you just quickly switch to a sine wave. Let's put that through our filter. And switch to fully wet. And spawn less grains. And maybe pan them a bit less. So now we can change the shape of our window. It's the hand window. This is the decay envelope. Square window. And it changes continuously shape afterwards. If we then plug in like a control voltage into a pitch, we can do some fun stuff like pitch shift our grains in different ways. And maybe add some reverb on page 4. and create some really beautiful clouds of ambience. And I think the rest is probably best left to be explored by yourself. To have a convenient way to save and load samples, there's Grains Manager, a small online application that allows you to load and save samples on your Grains card. So you can just go in here and add some audio files. You can organize them and set start and end points for those files if you want. You can also play them back to listen to them to check where the start and end points are. There's a normalize samples and auto loop option. So if you've got very quiet samples, you can normalize them. And it also allows you to automatically loop single cycle waveforms, like when they are very short. And down here you can see, oh, actually we're out of storage. Let's maybe shorten this one a bit. And you can see how much storage you've got left in your card. If you have a 16 megabyte card, there's plenty of storage on there. And now you can either export a UF2, basically just grains together with your samples, or, quite nice, you can also enter flash mode. So if you've got a grains card already loaded, you can just hit enter flash mode. It will ask you to connect to your Pico, and then it will automatically go into bootloader mode, which now allows you to flash your grains to the device or synchronize the grains from your device. Let's do that quickly. So this way you can load every sample that's on the device already and see it in here. This way you can reorganize your samples, delete some of the samples or add some new ones, and you can also access the recording slots that you recorded to.
This is grains.
And it allows you to play back the samples and download them that you created on the device itself. And then at the end, after you reorganized your samples, you can just flash them to the device again. Ask you where to connect to, and then you can see here it erases on the card first, and then flashes the samples together with the firmware on the card again, which might take some time. And you will see a progress bar showing up as soon as it starts writing. Depending on how many samples you have, it can actually take a good amount of time, so be patient. You can see here, writing goes pretty quickly though. If you want to load external samples though, you can just, again, press the button down and find the sample you want. And mangle it in the same way that you can mangle your internal audio. That's it. As a little extra feature, I also added tape mode. If you start the system, while holding down the switch, you will go into tape mode. Tape mode allows you to, when you hold down the switch, scroll through your samples and play them back like a piece of tape in a loop. If the switch is in the middle, it plays. The X knob controls speed, and the Y knob controls pitch. While the position knob, the main knob, controls the position of the read head on the tape while the tape is rotating. This way, you can scrub through the tape while you're playing it. If you plug in a square wave or something into pulse 1, you will stop and start playback. On pulse 2, you reset. On the CV1 in, you change pitch. On CV2, position. That's tape mode.